Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now, I know I said I wouldn't be doing any more readings this month, but I have a few spare hours, so hopefully I'll be able to do all 12 for the Lunar Galactic download for this month. The moon will be passing across 16, 17 degrees Sagittarius on the 22nd, which also happens to be the fall equinox. So when I saw that, I thought, oh no, I can't miss that one. Now, the equinox, as you probably know, fall equinox, autumnal equinox, equal hours of light and dark, seeking a point of balance. Interesting, since it is also the point of going into Libra, the scales. Well, that's probably where the symbolism came from in the first place. Now, listening to the various astrologies, Chris Witecki on his Namaste Today, shared on my Facebook page, link down below, of course, talks about the sun ingress into Libra, about coming into a new relationship with ourselves, whereas Astrology with Heather also said seeking to come into balance. Not necessarily finding that balance. I mean, hey, have you seen the world? But seeking to come into that balance, making the effort to move towards it. Now, this is also the Feast of Mabon, which, although people talk about the Wheel of the Year being an old thing, which it is, Mabon's recognition only seems to derive from the 1970s onwards. But anyway, he was a child of the light and son of Mother Earth, I think, if I remember correctly. I did print some notes out, but they're over there. Now, this is a time for reaping, for the second harvest, the fruit harvest, and a time for review for everything that you started putting into action in the spring equinox and in the early side of the year. Well, it's also a good point about the fall equinox is Jupiter has just changed to go direct, so it's signifying a good change in in consciousness and confidence, maybe, but a good change in consciousness. All in all, pretty good omens, pretty good symbols. Now, considering that with the Mars-Saturn square, Mars-Pluto square, Mars-Jupiter square, Mercury, T-square, Mars and Saturn, that doesn't figure, does it? But it's Mercury's coming into T-square of something or other, and I'm sure Mars and Saturn are involved there, but maybe Saturn must be T-squaring. But anyway, moving on. Watch the Astrology with Heather video for more details on that. Again, link down below on my Facebook page, link down below. But I want to look at the symbol for 0 degrees Libra. Now, the Chandra symbol is, and not at all stereotypical, a group of fat Italian ladies preparing bread. Now, it says this is an archetypal, universal and diffuse allegiances, activities and realms of experience, becoming camouflaged perfectly by adopting a persona that is wondrously engaging and easy connected with. So that does indicate an energy to put people at ease and to start rebuilding relationships if they've been destroyed. However, the interpretation goes on, putting it on a bit heavy, thick grease paint. You exult in getting away with seeming to be the world's most anonymous person. The disguise can stick to the face. Overt consciousness awash in mass identification. At times you are able to penetrate through and find open possibilities, but you are primarily engrossed in the outer and alive to the advertised sensations of what it is like to be popular, well received and simply welcome wherever you go as part of the mix, and no problem at all. So, bit double-edged. Well, to me, I think that's a little bit double-edged about that whole subsuming yourself in mass identification. But if you're trying to smooth over any divisions, then that's quite useful. Now, the Omega symbol, which I really like a lot more, is an apothecary shop in which herbal concoctions and other medicines appear as needed. So this is talking about desire and need combined with pure intent, creating their own fulfillment spontaneously. And the oracle of this degree, which explores it more, where is it? So, and I love this little story, an alchemist invented an apothecary shop which mirrored completely the realm of disease. Anyone who entered it immediately reflected their essence onto the mind of the shop, which then generated the herbs and compounds as an echoing of felt needs. The shop held all of the answers and solutions that one could ever desire. Now, what was curious was how few people came to the shop. And of those few who came and took home the medicines, how many of the medicines were placed on a shelf somewhere and forgotten about? So the shop, always desirous of improving the potency and efficacy of its products, began focusing on other medications such as songs, weather and memory clusters, which is harvested out of people and distilled into custom-made homeopathic essences. Illusions, properly selected and harvested, were also found to be highly salutary. Well, salutary I would have thought meant to say hello, but I assume that means some form of healing. That sounds perfect and a little bit double-edged. Hopefully it is reflecting your actual need and not what you think your needs are, because let's face it, we're all on this, if you're on that self-exploratory trip, we're all well aware of the difference between the two. So, to the cards, this is going to be a general reading for your star sign. This is a bulk introduction, as ever. There will be a timestamp down below, so once you've seen the introduction once, you don't have to watch it again. And I advise that you look at your sun, your moon, and your rising signs. Particularly, I would say, on this one, your moon, since we are talking about seeking balance, and the first place to seek balance is within your feelings, because if you don't get the balance there, you're not going to get the balance anywhere else. So as a general reading rules apply. You know the script here, you know, roles can be reversed if someone else appears. It's an oracle card driven reading, so you can ask a question beforehand. I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to give you an answer in any form that can relate to the question, but we're looking at the energies coming in. This is the model, and some astrologer friends of mine have contested this, but basically this is tarot, not astrology. But looking at what energies coming from galactic center are filtered by the moon and how they can affect us this season, especially with it being fall equinox. Especially with Jupiter just going direct. There is quite a challenging month ahead for us astrologically, but it looks like the fall equinox energies can really give us a springboard to hurtle through it and take advantage of the challenges that come to us, rather than just going, no, 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 no more, no more. Although, if you find yourself huddling in a corner rocking and saying, no more 2020 please, I don't blame you. Won't get a lot done, but I don't blame you. But try not to do that, because hey ho, we have got to make it to the end of the year somehow, you know. Even if my favourite election bumper sticker so far is Giant Asteroid 2020. So, yeah, comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Join the Facebook page, because if you're a Facebook person, you know, social dilemma notwithstanding, because I don't just post my videos, I post videos from the astrologers, the various, you know, astrology weather reports, Achita Bava, Astrology with Heather, Ksenia Moore, astrology podcast. Now there's always a good investment. It's normally about 2.5 hours long. Rick Levine, Astrology Hub. Can't think of any more right now, but I know that there's oodles more that I watch, but I want to get on with the cards. So let's bring them up. Okay then, Scorpio. And welcome Scorpio Rising and Scorpio Moon if you've just joined us after the timestamp. Now, if you've clicked on this, you've already seen the title. Time to come out of the closet, Scorpio. Now, don't take that the wrong way if there is a wrong way to take it, because it may exactly mean what it traditionally means, or it may mean something completely different. But I'm just going to draw your attention to the cards as to why I'm calling it this. We start with show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. We're followed by letting go, and I'm going to come back to that one. We have just say yes and perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. We have Fanuel, the angel of truth, over the top of behind a mask. We have I never know how to pronounce it. Kernanos, who I know as Serenos, but Kernanos, express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. So, like I said, it could well mean the whole come out of the closet in the stereotypical way, or it's the whole express your driving passion, something that you care about, you have not been revealing to the world. We have Nanael here with spiritual communication opposed by Cameo with ignorance. So that speaks volumes as well. We have the triple moon card from the Making Magic set, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. And Tree of Life, true wisdom and making good choices in life. Finally, the Angel of Peace. I open my heart and rest in the peace of divine love. So, there is some aspect of yourself, possibly the stereotypical one, possibly something completely different. Possibly you really want to do something to do with bird watching, and the job that you need to go is to go work for the RNIB and work towards preservation of wild bird species. You know, it's not just the stereotype, but it could easily be the stereotype. But have the courage to show the world the real you. It may take a little bit of shape-shifting to... yes, because Kernos in one of my other oracle decks, Kernos, represents shape-shifting. But if you have been hiding this aspect of yourself, and you have been keeping it behind a mask and putting a false front up, not a false front, but a incomplete front, because you've not shown this one aspect of you to the world, then yes, indeed, it will take some shape-shifting for you to suddenly go, and this is actually the real me. Or more to the point, tonight, Matthew, I will be, this is the real me. You know, there's so... and I think only British people will get that reference, but I don't know. This spirit is pushing you to bear all to the world, because obviously whatever it is that you've been trying to keep secret, now this is going to sound so dismissive, but it doesn't matter. Not as in, it is obviously, if you've been working so hard to keep it secret, it matters to you. But does anybody else worth their salt really give a hoot? And if they do give a hoot, what does that say about them? Whatever it is, you know, whether you're going to go and work for the preservation of birds, or whether you are literally, hi mum, dad, world, you know, I'm coming out of the closet now, or whatever aspect of your life it is, I get the impression that you have been given an invitation to engage this aspect of yourself. Do it. Why not? Just say yes. Do it. Why not? And you may suddenly go, here's this thing that I've always wanted to do. I've never told a soul, and actually I really enjoy it. You know, so maybe I will do this as a new lifestyle, a new career, a new philosophy, however it's manifesting for you. I mean, yes, just say yes gives you clarity. Ace of Swords here. You know, there's, because with Phanuel, the Angel of Truth, one thing that comes with this card is the truth will out, and you know it will. So, let it. But let it in a way where you are in control of the process, not somebody else. You know, whether it's bird saving or, you know, hi mom and dad, I've got something to tell you. You know, there's, but that shape-shifting creates a new practical, new beginning for you and gives you the discernment to figure out how you can open your heart and rest in the peace of divine love. You know, there's because you cannot feel divine love if you are not loving you. That's why they talk about all this stuff about self-love. You're not going to notice anybody else or anything else loving you unless you love you. Because anybody loving you, if you don't love you, you're going to think they're a liar. Because why would you? Why would they? You know, I can't love me, so why would they love me? But if you're watching a tarot reading on YouTube, you know all this stuff. So, but I do feel that there is, yes, you're being led to see what does matter and what doesn't matter. And behind the mask is rather, oh, now I didn't expect that. So it's the moon. So behind the mask, you're casting illusions. You're, there's the whole element of the moon card of the lies and deception, illusions, things not being what they seem. But what I also just got a whack from was that whole sense of, well, I mean, it figures, doesn't it, lying to yourself. Of you not seeing the way that things are or the way that some aspect of your inner nature is, because you've just been going, no, 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 because this is what I want to be. And you control on all this, and you completely ignore this. So this thing that you've been trying to hide, you've been so working on the mask, this thing that part of your nature, whatever it is, you know, that you've been trying to hide, you've hidden it from yourself as well. So it will take exploration. It will take getting to know. It's like an actor who has been acting in one soap opera suddenly is killed off in one soap opera and then lands a role in another soap opera, and they've got to learn a whole new world and a whole new way of being, and that will take time. That's fine. You're being guided here. Nanael with spirit communication and Four of Cups here, because he's staring quite intently at the Three Cups, and yeah, Four of Cups can be bored, but I don't get a boredom feeling from it. I feel like it's like, I've got that one, I've got that one, I've got that one. Good. Yep, still got the three. Yep, still got the three. Yep, they're exactly what I want them to be. Still got the three. And then God's coming along going, hello? Hello? You know, you got a penny for a cup of tea? Hello? There is some invitation that you've received that you should take, especially if that invitation brings up some feeling of, oh, I'm not sure about that, you know, and why are you not sure about it? Because you're scared that you might like it. Well, you might like it. Why is that so much to be scared of? You know, whether it's bird saving or whatever, you know, there's Ten of Cups. Can I suggest that this is the way forward? Whatever this aspect is, explore explore this aspect, whatever it is, that's within you. And, well, the phrase I'm getting in my head is let your freak flag fly. Because, like I said, It might suddenly be a love of chess, and you've always been a rugby person, but what you really want to do is become a world chess champion. Crack on then. That's literally what it says, crack on then. Because there is rebirth through going through the wounds and sorting them out. But you're not going to know that you even have these wounds until you are looking at, there's the persona I've built up with the mask, and there's the bit of me that I've been ignoring and not dealing with at all. And okay, this is going to take a little bit of figuring out as I adjust to my new role in the new soap opera. We have the star on the bottom of the deck. So wisdom coming in. This invitation, especially if it makes you feel a little bit trepidatious for reasons that you can't necessarily put your finger on, or reasons that you quite possibly know why, but logically you shouldn't be that trepidatious about them. Take the invitation, because it doesn't really matter in the greater scheme of things. It is within your own mind, within your own persona, that it matters. And it doesn't have to. Wow. And this is why I was going to come back. I just realised I never did come back to the letting go card. This is why I want to come back to the letting go card. Look, she opens her hand and all these butterflies are flying out. By the act of letting go, you are becoming something so much more capable and beautiful. Queen of Wands. Wow, there's not a lot more to say there. I do hope I haven't trampled over anybody's... Well, no, actually, I don't mind if I have. Because if I have trampled over some thoughts within you and some feelings within you, then you're exactly the sort of person that this reading is for. Because if you know it's not for you, then you know it's not for you. But if it feels, oh no, and a very, how very dare he, then yeah, it's your reading, mate. You know this, because those are the triggers to look for. And like I say, it could be going out saving birds. It could be becoming a world chess champion. It could be taking a role on a new soap opera. It could be so many different things, as well as the rainbow flagged obvious. But it could be the rainbow flagged obvious. You know, it's whatever aspect of you it is, let your freak flag fly. Cheers. Oh, if it means out to you and you feel comfortable in doing, comment down below, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And now properly, see you in the monthlies. Cheers.